Retirement is supposed to be the reward. The finish line after decades of work, sacrifice, and grinding through alarm clocks and meetings and deadlines. But here is what nobody tells you before you get there. A massive percentage of retirees report feeling lost, purposeless, and genuinely unhappy within the first 2 years of leaving work. The scary part is that it has almost nothing to do with money. So if you are retired right now, or you are getting close, or you love someone who is, stay with me because what I am about to share could genuinely change everything. The research on happiness in retirement surprised me. The habits that actually produce lasting joy and vitality in this season of life are not the ones most people chase. They are not about beach vacations or golf courses or finally watching every show on your list. They are deeper than that. And they are completely available to you, starting today. Let's start with something that most retirement advice completely ignores, and honestly it might be the most important thing I say in this entire video. Your brain needs a reason to show up every morning. Not a job necessarily, but a reason. Psychologists call this having a sense of purpose, and the research on it is stunning. People who report a strong sense of purpose in their later years live longer, have better cognitive function, experience fewer depressive episodes, and even recover faster from illness. This is not motivational fluff. This is hard science. The first habit is this. Define your contribution. Ask yourself what you can give to the world right now in this chapter of your life. It could be mentoring younger people in your field. It could be volunteering for an organization that matters to you. It could be writing down your family history so that future generations know where they came from. It could be teaching a skill you have spent decades mastering. One of the most consistent findings across happiness research is that social connection is absolutely fundamental to well-being at every age, but especially as we get older. And yet retirement often strips away the social infrastructure that work quietly provided. You lose your colleagues, your daily interactions, your sense of belonging to something larger than yourself. The second habit is intentional relationship building. Not just maintaining existing friendships but actively and deliberately cultivating connection. This means scheduling regular time with people you care about rather than waiting for it to happen organically. It means saying yes to invitations even when staying home feels easier. It means joining groups built around shared interests, whether that is a book club, a walking group, a community garden, a church, a volunteer organization, anything that puts you in regular contact with people who share something meaningful with you. Loneliness in older adults is now recognized as a serious health risk comparable to smoking 15 cigarettes a day. But the flip side of that is equally true. Strong social connection is one of the most powerful predictors of happiness and longevity we know of. Physical movement is the closest thing we have to a magic pill for mental health. When you move your body, even moderately, your brain releases chemicals that reduce anxiety, improve mood, sharpen memory, and increase energy. And the research specifically in older adults shows that even 30 minutes of moderate activity most days can have profound effects on both physical and psychological well-being. The third habit is making movement a daily ritual. Not punishment, not a chore, a gift you give yourself. This does not have to mean hitting the gym hard or running marathons. Walking is extraordinary, swimming is incredible, dancing, cycling, yoga, tai chi, gardening with real physical effort, all of it counts. The key is consistency over intensity. Showing up for your body every single day, even when motivation is low, even when it is just a 20-minute walk around the neighborhood. Over time, this habit becomes one of the most powerful anchors for overall happiness in retirement. Okay, so we have talked about purpose, connection, and movement. But I want to go a level deeper now because there is a habit most people completely overlook and it quietly makes or breaks retirement happiness more than almost anything else. It is the relationship you have with learning. Human beings are wired to grow. We are fundamentally curious creatures, and when we stop learning and growing, something inside us starts to quietly wither. This is especially true in retirement when the external demands and challenges of work no longer push us to develop. The fourth habit is committing to continuous learning. And I mean this in the broadest possible sense. Learning a new language, picking up a musical instrument, taking a class at a community college, diving deep into a subject you never had time to explore before. Learning how to paint or cook a new cuisine or understand history or astronomy or philosophy. Our brain actually responds to new learning by building new neural connections, and this process has been linked to protection against cognitive decline. But beyond the neuroscience, there is something emotionally nourishing about being a student again. It keeps you humble, it keeps you curious, it keeps you feeling alive and engaged with the world around you. Retirees who embrace lifelong learning consistently rank among the happiest and most fulfilled in every study I have come across. Now I want to pause and acknowledge something real. Because I know that not every day in retirement feels like a highlight of your life. There are difficult days. There are moments of grief, especially if you have lost a spouse or close friends. There are days when meaning feels elusive and the future feels uncertain. And I want to say directly that those feelings are completely valid and human. The habits I am describing are not about pretending life is perfect. They are about building a foundation strong enough to hold you through the hard moments as well as the good ones. Which brings me to the fifth habit, and this one is about your inner life. Research on happiness consistently shows that gratitude practice is one of the most powerful psychological interventions we know of. People who regularly reflect on and acknowledge what they are grateful for report higher levels of positive emotion, better sleep, more compassion, and greater overall life satisfaction. And the beauty of this habit is its simplicity. You do not need anything except a few minutes each day and your own attention. Try this. Every morning or every evening, write down 3 specific things you are genuinely grateful for. Not generic things, specific things. The way sunlight came through your window this morning. A conversation that made you laugh. The fact that your body carried you through another day. The more specific and present your gratitude, the more powerfully it works. Over weeks and months, this practice literally rewires the way your brain scans the world, shifting your default attention from what is wrong to what is right. The sixth habit I want to leave you with is one that ties everything else together, and it is this. Protect your sleep like it is sacred. Because it is. Sleep is when your brain consolidates memories, regulates emotions, repairs your body, and processes the experiences of the day. Chronic poor sleep is linked to depression, cognitive decline, weakened immunity, and dramatically reduced quality of life. And yet so many retirees let their sleep habits fall apart because the external structure of work schedules no longer exists. Create a consistent sleep routine. Go to bed around the same time each night and wake up around the same time each morning, yes, even on weekends. Limit screen time in the hour before bed. Keep your bedroom cool and dark. Avoid caffeine in the afternoon and evening. These are not complicated changes, but their impact on daily happiness and energy is genuinely remarkable. So let me pull this all together for you. The research is clear. Happiness in retirement is not something that happens to you. It is something you build, day by day, through intentional habits. Define your contribution to the world and hold on to it. Invest deliberately in your relationships. Move your body every single day. Never stop learning and growing. Practice gratitude consistently. And protect your sleep with everything you have. These 6 habits are not a guarantee of a perfect life, nobody can promise you that. But they are the foundation of a deeply fulfilling one. If this video resonated with you, I would genuinely love to know which of these habits feels most important or most challenging for you right now. Drop it in the comments below because this community is one of the most thoughtful and engaged I have ever seen, and I think we can all learn from each other here. And if you know someone who is navigating this season of life, share this with them. It might be exactly what they need to hear today. I will see you in the next one.